Yo, what is up? This is What If Sasuke Died. We're back with another part. Last time we left off with Naruto killing Zabuza and Haku after they killed, Sasuke. And he obtained the Mangekyo in the process. So, without further ado, let's get into this part. Now, Naruto and Sakura are thinking about whether or not they even wanted to partake in this. But they decided they will. Sakura's decided she wants to get stronger after getting the explosion that happened towards her from Naruto in the last part. She decided that he was right, and that she's been treating him wrong. And Naruto's personality has changed. He's went from the happy-go-lucky, like super outbursting type to kind of passive-aggressive in personality. But he doesn't care. He wants to fight whenever, if he will fight exactly as how he did in canon, if it comes down to it. But, he's calmed down a lot more. He's thinking a little bit more rational because he wants to put Sasuke's honor on the line. That's why he wanted to do this in the first place. He wanted to continue on for Sasuke's honor. Now, Orochimaru's going to find out about the entire whole thing about Sasuke dying right when he gets there. And he's like, yo, what? My entire plans, they're gone. I don't know what to do. He doesn't know that Naruto has it. No one but Kakashi and Sakura know. And you would assume that Kakashi would actually report it. Well, he did. But the third Hokage decided to keep it a secret. Now, they're going to get into the written exams, and Naruto's going to easily take care of that. Now that he has a Sharingan, there's no problem. And then it kind of turns into the forest exams. What normally would be, Orochimaru coming after that whole ordeal, it wouldn't happen necessarily. It would be more so that they're just running around and they happen to run into the other team members. So how would that go down? Well, Naruto's going to easily take care of him at this point in time. He can activate the Mangekyo and put him under a Genjutsu. Now that he put them under the Genjutsu, he can just run up and one-shot him basically because of his immense strength, like just normal power. Now he doesn't have full capabilities over his own power, but I would say that he has a little bit stronger strength now that he's training a little more to actually use the Mangekyo. He would gain a little bit more of his inner power. Now, he is highly skilled, extremely skilled, and he takes care of them no problem. A few would get away. He would let them retreat. But he would wipe their he would make it seem like they didn't know that he had the Mangekyo or any Sharingan, as a matter of fact. He wants to keep it a secret himself. It's a trump card, so be it. He still has a Shadow Clone Jutsus too, so it's extremely capable. Now, it's going to lead towards the actual final stages. When it comes down to the final stages or the battling tournament, he easily takes care of Kiba without the Sharingan. His senses and strength have gone up with just by training with the Sharingan. So easily takes care of Kiba. No problem, no sweat. Then it turns into the whole training period. When he starts training, that's when he comes across Jiraiya. Jiraiya sees him and he sees how not so open he is anymore. And Sakura begins training as well. Now, who would she be training with? She would probably be training with Kurenai, to be honest. Now, why would she train with Kurenai? Well, Kurenai is a highly capable, Jonin that has Genjutsu abilities, and Sakura had an affinity for Genjutsu. And she's kind of converted over into kind of liking Naruto at this point in time. Yeah. I know what you guys are probably thinking, like, what, Sakura? Why would you... Romance between Naruto and Sakura? That's not allowed. Well, yeah, I know, I'm not a big fan of it either, but honestly, I don't hate Sakura that much. Alright, well, I hate her, but think about this. If she were to actually be a good character, she would have made a good romance. So I'm going to make her a good character at this point. It's going to be a turning point. She'll actually have character development. Something the Naruto writers couldn't do. So, she's going to end up just more or less thinking about it and being like she treated Naruto really wrong, and she doesn't even know why she was into Sasuke in the first place. She realized at this point it was just a falsehood of love. She never really liked him. She was just putting it up because everyone else liked him. So at this point, Naruto's just training with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya's highly surprised about all of Naruto's abilities. And the fact that he has the Shadow Clone Jutsu and Sharingan is just hacks at this point. So he's going to learn he would actually be able to, with the Sharingan, be able to learn the Summoning Jutsu really easily. He would also be able to learn the Rasengan really quick. So this is no sweat. I think, actually, at that point in time, in a month's worth of training, I think he'd be able to learn that and some little bit more control over his actual chakra. Now, by that I mean his seal wouldn't have been tightened by Orochimaru, so it'd be much easier for him to get that. Now, he's going to go into the fight against Neji Hyuga after he saw Hinata get just obliterated. He was a little pissed, but he more or less just objected in the first place, and he was like, that's bullshit, don't do that. And it comes into the fight against Neji. Neji starts off the battle, going for the chakra points, and Naruto dodges. His speed is equal, if not greater than Neji's. He's dodging, grabs Neji by the wrist, and sends him flying upward. But Neji expected this, and he turned it around and actually landed a foot straight into Naruto's face, sending him flying to the floor. But Naruto softens the blow with his hand, springing upward, kind of like a backhand spring, and flying back onto his legs, and getting a charge forward, actually gut-punching Neji in the process. As he gut-punches Neji, Neji spits up a little bit of blood, and then he remarks, "You're good, Naruto. You're very good. I don't know what's happened to you. Your entire personality's changed. You're more relaxed, and you're more thought-provoking now. You still make a good match." Naruto says, "Yeah, it will. But you shouldn't be treating Hinata that way. It's not fair. Think about it. You're treating her so wrong." He's like, "She's done nothing for me. That family's done nothing for me." Naruto says, "That may be true. I understand that. After all, no one has really been through the pain I've been through. But still, she's an innocent girl. Take your worries out on someone else. She's not the one doing this to you." Well, Neji just keeps thinking about this, and he gets a little angry and rushes towards Naruto. Now, Naruto takes advantage of this blind rage, and he just immediately takes out Neji. Like, he rapid fires the punches, summoning 5 shadow clones. They rush forward. Neji takes care of these, but the smoke was actually used as a cover fire, and he just pops up and sweeps out Neji's leg, and Neji's leg his base is gone. So he attacks him, and he actually knocks out Neji. Now, he didn't do permanent damage, but he made his point clear that he could take out Neji no problem. Everyone cheers. They're surprised. They're like, "Whoa, Naruto? Naruto did that?" And Sakura is like, "Wow, that's crazy." Now, I would think at this point in time, I'm thinking about making this a harem. I'm not going to lie, because, why not? Harems, fucking love them, let's be honest. You guys love them, I love them. So, Sakura's into Naruto. Why not give Hinata into Naruto, Why not? So, Hinata's already been into Naruto. And Naruto really doesn't have love for anyone at this point. It's not necessary. He has admiration for each and every individual in a different way, or he has hate, but he doesn't really love anyone at this point. He realized that his falsehood love for Sakura was not actually love. It was just him trying to compete with Sasuke for no reason. And this was made apparent after Sasuke's death. Now, that's when, what would normally be Gara versus Sasuke, that would lead into a different matchup. It's going to be Gara versus that one guy who tried attacking Gara in the first place. He would wait, and he would be paired up against him, and he's going to end up beating him. So that's going to revert into what would be now Naruto versus Gara. See, Sakura would have, in my opinion, she would have beat Ino easily. So, but the pairings would have been a little mismatched. So now it's Naruto versus Gara. Gara's ready as well as Naruto. Naruto is fully capable. He's prepared to use the Sharingan if he needs to, and he really has no objections to it. Now, Gara's gonna walk up, and he's gonna be like, "I am very impressed by you, Naruto. You have done very much here. But this is where you die." Naruto says, "I'm not gonna die. After all, you're not gonna die either. Unless you force me into this, then you will die. I have no objections to killing. I just don't want to kill if it doesn't need be." This leads towards Gara getting a little frustrated by his cockiness. He's like, "Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you why you're gonna die." The fight begins. Gara rushes forward, with his sand, of course. Now, he doesn't have any taijutsu abilities, which is really a downfall for Gara. So, Naruto rushes forward. He actually blocks the sand, like just brushing it away with his sheer force of his punch. He actually coated his fist in chakra, kind of how Tsunade does, but to a way lesser extent, sending it flying back. He rushes forward, actually landing a punch, it seems, in Gara's gut. Now, there was actually the sand that blocked it, so it didn't happen. Naruto's a little fucking pissed. He's like, "Damn it. I need to ramp up my speed." He starts working faster and faster. He's trying to get faster and faster. He's building up his speed. Now, how is he building up his speed? He's channeling more of the Kyuubi's chakra. He's actually able to do that now, and they're in awe at the aura that Naruto's possessing with the chakra actually surrounding his body at this point. It's borderline One Tail's cloak, and he's easily outpacing and actually landing hits upon what would be Gara. And now Gara's getting frustrated. He encases himself in the dome, sending things flying outside like they're projectiles. Now Naruto activates not the Mangekyo, he activates the actual Sharingan to actually block this and take care of this. He's dodging, and most people don't notice, but Orochimaru notices the Sharingan. He's like, what? Naruto has it? Of course he would have it. That boy must have been friends with Sasuke. After all, they were in the same team. He's like, my plan is not over. It's not. I must get Naruto. Naruto rushes forward with the normal Sharingan activated and actually punches through and pierces through the actual the dome with his Rasengan. He activates it and just destroys it. Now this would send Gara flying back with the force, and before he could even activate like what would normally be his the big Shukaku, it's like the mini Shukaku, and he tries to run away, but Naruto just gets in front of him, outspeeding him and landing a blow straight to his head. This divisive blow that's about to happen next will just destroy him with the combination of the Rasengan and the Kyuubi chakra at this point in time. It would have caused so much damage where it just knocks him out. Now, that's a distraction, and that leads to, Orochimaru kicking into action to go against the third Hokage. Now, that would lead to, them battling it out. And since this happened really quickly, Naruto's going to give him, the speech in Bio World, man, you don't need to do this. I want you to continue on. I want you to live for your own sake. Don't let other people control you. It's not worth it, my guy. So Gara's coming back, you're right. And, that's when Tamara's like, he's so strong. Yeah, harem time. So then it leads to Naruto actually rushing up onto the roof and trying to help the third Hokage, who's in the battle with Orochimaru at this point in time. He sees the Sound Four actually making a barrier, and he decides this is the best time to take him out. He rushes towards the fat one, landing a divisive blow straight to the stomach, which he actually absorbs. And he's like, oh, alright then. He rushes towards the throat and actually lands a slice on the throat. Now, it was so fast that it actually is deadly, but he's fighting. The fat man's fighting no matter what. Now, Naruto's dodging the blows and using the body weight against him, dislocating shoulders, busting out the kneecap and everything. Then he rushes towards the one with the whistle. He kicks her, and he's like, she's a female. Let me take it easy on her. He's not one for, he's gender equality, but he's going to be wild. He's just going to beat the shit out of her and not kill her. So he's just going to kind of beat the shit out of her and then move on to another. And he takes care of all of them. The hardest one would have been, the double bodied one, but that one he's just going to kind of let others take care of at that point in time, because others would come to help. So he rushes in and he actually helps against, what would be Orochimaru. And Orochimaru's like, oh boy, I see you have the Sharingan. Give it here, or let me have your body. Either will be fine by me. If I knew you could just take the eyes, I would have done it in the first place. Naruto rushes forward. With a Rasengan, Orochimaru easily dodges. But then he realizes Naruto's speed is ramping up. He face plants. See, Naruto used his face as kind of like a springing board. Yeah, it might sound weird. Of course it's weird. But he used it with such force because he has the regenerative ability. It springs him back, and then he just kind of lands a fucking kick straight to Orochimaru's head, sending him flying into what would be the third Hokage. Now, Orochimaru he immediately brings up the first and second Hokage. Now, they're nerfed at this point in time, of course. And then they see Naruto, and they're like, the second Hokage is extremely confused. An Uchiha with blonde hair. What is this? Naruto says, I'm not an Uchiha. My friend was. Good thing he died. No one liked the Uchiha anyways. They're damned brats. And Naruto looks at him with a deadly scowl. Keep saying that, old man. That's the reason you're dead. And the second Hokage was like, wait, what? He actually got a chill down his spine from that. He's like, well, boy, don't you speak to me that way. And suddenly loses control of his mind because of Orochimaru. This leads towards Naruto actually fighting him. Naruto's like, this is something I'll enjoy. He powers up, a Rasengan, after landing a decisive blow straight to the gut and providing Rasengan straight to the face, blowing off the head. Now, the third Hokage is holding his own against the first Hokage easily. This leads towards Naruto activating the Mangekyo once it seems he's about to get hit by Orochimaru. Now, Naruto activates it, and Orochimaru sees the Mangekyo, and he's like, what is this? What is this? Now, Naruto's actually gonna kind of phase through things like Obito's. Now, I saw in a comment section below someone did mention the fact that it's all off the pain they've received, and I do like that idea, so I'm going to give him the Obito's, like, phasing back into another dimension type thing. It's going to be a different dimension than Obito's, of course, so that would lead to a different thing. But he's able to phase with his Mangekyo ability, something new to him as well. And then he phases back in, activating the Amaterasu. It's inflicting everlasting damage against, what would be Orochimaru, and he has to regurgitate himself. Naruto rushes forward, actually attacking him. Just an onslaught of attack. His speed has increased. His just power overall has increased, leading towards Orochimaru's demise. At this point in time, Orochimaru dies due to chakra restraint and the Amaterasu consistently getting onto his body. Now, Naruto's eyes are bleeding, of course, but his chakra source is so good and his regeneration makes it so he doesn't go blind. Now, the third Hokage has survived, and he's getting a big respect for Naruto at this point in time, seeing what he's capable of, especially with these eyes and the Mangekyo. He's honestly envies it. He's just astonished by the power of Naruto now at this point in time. And, it's going to lead towards Naruto being praised as the village's hero. Now, not by everyone else. There's still people that ostracize him. But Naruto doesn't give a fuck about that. But the girls are all into him. They're like, whoa, what the fuck? Naruto? He's kind of badass. So he would be promoted to Jonin right away. It would make no sense for him not to be promoted to Jonin. If he wasn't promoted to Jonin after doing such an astonishing feat right there, taking down Shikaku, as well as, the Orochimaru, it wouldn't make sense, especially his leadership abilities. Now, he's still going to be on the team, but his capabilities have proven that he's more than capable to be, an actual Jonin. And that's where we're going to leave off this part. Hope you guys liked. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you enjoyed. Alright, I'm out.